Memojis are one of the most fun and unique ways that you can express yourself with your iPhone. Want some tips on how to do them better? Stick around, I got you covered. I'm Dylan Stewart, the Mac Whisperer, and in today's video, we're going to talk all about Memojis. Memojis are those fun, customizable cartoon characters you can create on your iPhone and animate in videos or set up as stickers. They're lots of fun to work with. We're going to talk all about them, but make sure to stick around for my MacWhisperer Power Tip, where I teach you a new way to use Memojis that you might have never thought of before. Let's jump on into the Messages app to get started. Once you've opened up Messages, start a new text chain by clicking on the New button in the upper right-hand corner here. Now click the plus button to the left side of your text field here. Here's where all of the iMessage apps exist, and if you scroll through them, you're going to find Memojis. Once you click on it, it will open up your Memoji Center, showing you all of your existing Memojis. From this screen, if you tug up on this bar right here, you'll enter full screen mode where you'll see your entire Memoji collection. Now, maybe you haven't made any Memojis of your own yet, but Apple started you off with a whole section of their Memojis. Now, I want you to notice as I move my head and as I move my mouth, the Memoji on the screen moves with me. This is true whether you're using your own Memojis or one of the Apple created ones. There's some really fun characters like the monkey or the robot or the little kitty cat or the alien. One of the best parts about Memojis is when you move your face or your eyes, the Memoji responds. For example, lifting your eyebrows gives you fun effects like that. You can also open your mouth, put out your tongue, close your eyes. Every facial movement that you make is mimicked by the Memoji, allowing you to create these fun characters easily and simply. To create your own Memoji, come all the way up to the top of the list here, and in the upper left-hand corner, you'll notice this plus button. Let's click on it. Creating your own Memoji is easy and fun. If you want to make it look like yourself, or if you want to make it look specifically like another real person, it's helpful to have a photograph of them nearby to reference. We start off in the skin section. Inside the skin section, you've got options like freckles and adding blush to your cheeks. It's great to be able to do this even if you're a man, because it can add some accentuation and really personalize your Memoji. You've also got the ability to add a beauty spot either above your mouth or on your chin or underneath your eye, depending on where you have it or want it to be. Swiping over to the next section, we get into the hairstyle section, and there is a ton of options for hairstyles, from long hair to short hair to medium length hair, all the way to no hair, which works great for me, but maybe not for everyone else. When you create hairstyles, come up to the top of your screen in order to choose the color. You've got a large selection of different colors here, but remember, any color that you choose has that slider to give you even more control. I'm going to click on the gray one on the left side here, but that's just a little bit too gray. So if I use the slider and move it slowly over to the left, you'll notice it gives me more of a salt and pepper gray, which looks great. Now I'm going to add highlights. Highlights is a great way to really accentuate your hairstyle. Clicking the Add Highlights button here gives you a whole bunch of options. Now, just so that we can see what it looks like and play with it, I'm going to click the red highlight here. I want you to notice that it gives a little bit of a highlight inside of the hair itself. Down below, there are 3 separate options for highlights. You've got the modern style, which is what we see here. You've got the gradient style, which colors the tips and then it fades as it goes higher up in your hair. And you've got the classic style, which starts on your scalp and then spreads out a little bit. Each of these can be customized to really give you a great look and make sure that your Memoji is a good representation of you or whatever character you're creating. Now let's slide over to the Browse section. The Browse section is really important and helpful, especially because it's one of the key places that can make your Memoji look more like you. So take a look at your reference photo or take a look in the mirror, figure out what your eyebrows look like, and then find a style that mimics them as best as possible. Up at the top, you've got the option to change the color, which can help it look more like you. Coming down here, you've got other options like a forehead mark or brow piercings. Remember, you can change the colors even for the brow piercings to all sorts of different styles just by using that slider. Next to that, we go into the eyes section. The eyes section is another super important place to make sure your Memoji looks like you. Scrolling down, you can customize your eyelashes or your eyeliner or your eyeshadow. Before you leave the eyes section, take a look at this part up at the top. You can choose your eye color from any kind of color that you want. But in addition to the eye color and in addition to the slider that can customize it, you've also got the ability to choose different colors for your eyes. This can really give you a great effect. And as we talk about a little later in this video, it can really stylize your emoji to make it look like whatever you want. So maybe you've got one brown eye and one hazel eye. Now let's head over to the head section. In the head section, there's two important things to do. The first one is to choose your age. As you can see down below, each of these separate images has a little bit more age to it. As you come down, you'll end up with bags under your eyes, a little bit of creases, a little bit of lines in your face. So you want to find the one that fits you best. And once you've found the right age, slide down to the shape. Find the style that looks the most like your face to make sure your Memoji looks like you. Now let's come over into the nose section. There's a little tip in the nose section. If you look at your nose straight on, all of them look pretty much the same. So the trick is to turn yourself to the side a little bit so you can decide which one really does look most like your nose. Remember, this is a three-dimensional cartoon, so having that angle on it can really help. Down below that, we've got options for nose piercings and even an option for an oxygen tube. Now let's head over to the mouth section. Over here, we can choose how our lips look, whether they're big and full, masculine, feminine. We can also add color to the lips to really accentuate your style and your look. Down below that, we've got options for teeth, including braces, missing teeth, gold teeth, and even vampire fangs. Remember that one, we're gonna come back to it in a moment. Down below, we've got mouth piercings and even tongue piercings. Let's move over to the ears section. In the ears section here, you're choosing how big your ears are, whether they're close to your head or whether they stick out a little bit. Choose the one that works best for you. Don't forget to kind of look at it from an angle to see how it works. And then you can choose earrings. Just like with the different eye color, you can have a pair of earrings, or by clicking here, you can mix and match. This can really give you some fun options. Scrolling down to the bottom, you've also got audio options, which can allow you to add a hearing aid or even a pair of AirPods. Coming one more section over to facial hair, you can choose your sideburn style and your facial hair style. There's tons of different facial hair options, whether it's mustaches, beards, goatees. There's all sorts of choices with all sorts of styles. But before you pick the style, pick the color. Here at the top, I'm gonna pick my salt and pepper color, but I'm also gonna add a highlight of white. As we look at the different styles, you're gonna see how that looks. Let's scroll on down here and we can see these different goatees or beards, these different mustaches. I think I'm gonna work with this one right here for now, giving me a nice style. I do think it needs to be a little darker. So let's come back up to the top, go into the facial hair section. Let's just darken it up just a touch there. Perfect. Now let's move over to the eyewear section. Over here, you can choose whether you want to have glasses or not, but what's really fun about this section is when you choose the glasses, and you can choose any kind you want, you can change the color of the frames easily. But that's not all. You can also change the color of the lenses, which means you can make any pair of glasses into cool sunglasses. And by using the slider here, you can see through the sunglasses, or they can be super dark, giving you a ton of customization, which I absolutely love. And scrolling down to the bottom, you've even got the option of adding an eye patch in case you're creating a pirate or wear an eye patch, either one. Let's head over to headwear. The way they do clothing is pretty interesting. You're gonna see that up at the top, we have a main, second, and third color. If we look at these particular hats, it doesn't look that great, but if we come in and we give them a little bit of color, everything changes. I'm gonna go into the main one first, and we're gonna make this one bright red, like this. I'm gonna come into the second one, we're gonna make this white using the slider. And the third one, we're gonna make that one black, just so that we can really see what it looks like. Now, as we scroll through these, we're gonna see the red, the white, and the black in each of these hats, giving us a ton of different options. But if we come back up to the top and change the white into a blue, suddenly we've got a whole new selection of options and a whole new selection of choices. So by using the color options at the top, you can really expand the range of headwear options that we have. They've given us a lot of different styles, and some of them work great for characters, such as Santa Claus. By making the first selection red and the second selection white, you get yourself a perfect Santa hat. Or you can make yourself a crown, or a Joker hat, or a sombrero, or a wizard's hat, depending on what you're creating. All of these separate hats can accentuate your Memojis, and as we'll talk about in a moment, can help you build fun characters. And then let's head over to the clothing section. Just like in the hat section, the clothing section has these 3 separate options. So if we come in and make our main one red, make our second one blue, and our third one white over here, you'll notice that all of our options reflect those choices. Up at the top, instead of my live Memoji with my face, I've got this still Memoji. This is one of the Memoji stickers that gets created. By swiping across the top, you can see some of these other styles just like that. And then coming over to the body section, you're going to be able to choose your waist size, your chest size, your shoulders, your arms, and really make sure that it looks as close to you as possible. When you're finished creating your Memoji, don't forget to hit the Done button in the upper right-hand corner, or you might lose all the work you put into it. As soon as you click the Done button, that Memoji gets saved back into your Memoji Center with all of your other characters. From your Memoji Center, there's several ways that you can manage the Memojis you've got. By clicking on any one of them, you can press on the 3 dots in the upper left-hand corner to edit it and make additional changes, duplicate it so you don't have to start from scratch, or delete it altogether. My recommendation is to find a base Memoji that looks enough like you that you can then use it to create additional characters and Memojis. Remember, this is a great place to let your imagination shine. You don't have to create a Memoji of you. You can create that fun old wizard character that you like to play, or a creepy alien, or a time traveler from the 1900s who has just found his way to your hometown. Remember that because you're going to be making recordings using these Memojis, they can be eccentric characters with all sorts of different voices and characteristics that really bring them to life. In fact, for Halloween this year, my entire family got into the process of creating monsterified Memojis of devils, or vampires, or Frankensteins, or even creepy, scary clowns. So let your imagination run wild and really find a fun, cool way to express yourself by using these Memojis. And remember, once you've got yourself a base Memoji, it's easy to click the 3 dots and go right into duplicate it, which will bring up a new one, allowing you to create something quickly and easily with your style. Now I want to just talk for a moment about some of the monster characters you saw in my Memoji collection. There's a few really easy ways to create these kind of characters. It starts off with the skin section, because the skin section can be any color at all. Maybe you want to make an Incredible Hulk character, or a devil, or a witch. Don't forget that the slider gives you even more choices about how that color is going to look. In addition to the skin color, by using things like the cheek blush, the eyelashes, or the eyeliner, you can really give yourself a great style to help your monster self come out of its shell. A quick, easy eyeshadow here, and you can see that it immediately gives my character a little more personality. In addition to that, remember that things like a monocle, or an eye patch, or certain hats, or even certain kinds of glasses can really give you a fun style that accentuates your character. And don't forget, when you're dealing with things like glasses, you can make the frames almost invisible by making them the same color as your skin. And you can change the lenses into a color that makes it look like you're a creepy devil or some other fantastical creature. So look for creative ways like skin color or glasses or hair to really take your Memojis to the next level. And before you know it, you might have a fun alien or a super creepy vampire ready to make your Halloween spooktacular. It's a fun way to express yourself and to create characters that you can share in lots of ways. stickers. Now, before we leave this section, there's one more thing we need to talk about with regard to Memojis, and that's Memoji Stickers. So for this, let's swipe down on our bar, let's click our plus button, and this time we're gonna go to the stickers. When you first come into the stickers section, you're gonna have a ton of different options down on this bar down below. You've got stickers you've created from photos, you've got stickers that were made from emojis, you might have third-party apps that have made stickers for Nightmare Before Christmas or Lilo and Stitch. But if you come over to this section here, you will find all of your Memoji stickers. And every Memoji that you've created has been given a set of gestures and emotions to help you express yourself easily through these stickers. There's all sorts of different ones here, and as you click on the different Memojis you've created, you'll see these separate stickers. When you want to use a sticker in a message chain, there's two ways to do it. The first way is to just click on it. It will go directly into the text message area and allow you to send it right from there. But there's another way to use stickers, and that's by pressing and holding on any one sticker and bringing it into the message chain. By using two fingers, you can make it larger or smaller or tilt it in all sorts of ways and then stick it right onto that message so the person you're communicating with knows how fun and scary you can be. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to reveal my MacWhisperer Power Tip, where I show you how to use Memoji stickers in other areas of the iPhone. But before I do, if you learned something fun and cool, give this video a thumbs up to help other people find it easily. And if you've got a question, a comment, or something I've left out, drop it down in the comment section. I love to hear from you guys. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, it's subscribe time. Go ahead and hit that subscription button and that notify bell so that you're always alerted when I drop new content. And with that being said, it's time for the Power Tip. We've learned so many great and fun ways to create these Memojis and use them inside of text messages, but guess what? Memojis aren't stuck just in the text messages. They show up in all sorts of different places and different apps all over the phone. So to show you what I mean, let's step into the FaceTime app here. I'm going to create a new FaceTime call to my friend Ryan. And right here on this FaceTime app, you can see my video, but in the lower left-hand corner, there's this cool effects button. Let's click it and see what it does. Oh my God, it gives us all sorts of options. There's all sorts of choices down here, but the one I want to talk about is this option right here, which is adding your Memojis directly into a FaceTime call. Just like this. And all of a sudden, you've got your fun Memoji face, and you can change it at will into any of the characters you've created and even give it a cool new voice so that the person thinks they're talking to some crazy rock star who just FaceTimed them. It's another fun way to use Memojis with your friends. But that's not the only place that you can use Memojis and Memoji stickers. In this case, let's hop over to the Photos app. Here's a fun Halloween picture that I took. If I click on the settings button down below, right here, you'll see the markup toolbar option in the upper right-hand corner. Any app that has the markup toolbar option has the ability to use stickers, including your Memoji stickers. And now down at the bottom, I've got all of my markup tools, including the plus button on the right side here, which allows me to add a sticker. It'll open up my entire sticker options, and I can grab any sticker I want and press and hold on it and drag it anywhere into the image. Once I've done that, I can click the Done button and save it, and this photo will now have my fun vampire Memoji right on top. It's a great way to take your emojis and add them to all sorts of apps like Notes, Photos, and more. So that's what we've got for today's video, all about how to make Memojis. Check out this video right here to learn more about your Apple products and how to get more done. I'm Dylan Stewart, the Mac Whisperer, and I'll see you in the comments.